Okay, good afternoon YouTube. Fat Cat Collections back at you with just a quick video I wanted to put up. This was mainly for my subscribers. A lot of times when I put videos up, I'm trying to get them out there to appeal to the, a lot of the keywords that might show up on YouTube, which are relevant to what I'm showing. But today, I just wanted to put one up of these. Okay, and I'm not sure what I'm going to label this as, so my subscribers will find this video, but other people just may have to stumble upon it. Okay. And these ones here, okay, I picked out all the watches here that I own. I shouldn't say that. My Invicta watches, okay, that I own in the two-tone yellow gold and rose gold combo. And what I wanted to do, this is my favorite color combo of any watch color ever produced. I have them in yellow and silver. I have them in gold and silver. I mean rose tone and silver. This is my favorite color combo. And all four of these, to my knowledge, are the only ones that Invicta makes. You might find something similar, but in the two-tone, with the exception of the Venom that I don't have because that had to go back. So I just want to give you just a quick rundown of these watches real quick, a little bit about the size, about the models, and just kind of show you what they look like side by side. Just kind of a quick video. I'll try to keep it as short as possible, okay? So starting off with the very first two-tone watch that I got, okay, is this one right here. This is one of my I tell you, I can't even pick a new favorite anymore because when it comes to these rose tone and yellow tone watches, it's very difficult for me to pick a favorite. But this one here is, I like this so much I want to get another one just to have. This one here is your Invicta Reserve Grand Octane or Grand Arsenal, depending on where you get it from. Again, this is done in your yellow tone and rose tone. You have rose tone down the middle and polished, a brushed yellow tone on the sides. This one has done a brushed yellow tone case with a brushed rose tone bezel, and of course your face, you have a little bit of both on there. Just an exquisite watch. Grand Arsenal. And I'll go back to these again. Next one on the list, the next one I got, okay, is this one here. I got as a work watch, and it's starting to get a little scratched because it's a full polish version. And full polish ones, you just gotta be a little more careful with them because they do scratch. Just have them in your jacket with your button on the inside or something like that. But as much as I've worn this one, it's once you polish it up like this with this polishing cloth, you really can't see the scratches. They're pretty fine. But this one here I had to get because it's done in the rose and yellow. And this one is your Invicta Grand Diver. And this is your automatic. This is powered by a Seiko NH34, I believe, movement. You can see it's got the exhibition back. And it is an automatic. It's a hybrid as well where you can wind the watch. This one's done full polishing. You have your Invicta engraved logo on the side. You have your day of the month right here, your date window with the magnifying glass, similar to what Rolex does on theirs. And of course you have your rotating bezel, rose tone polish, links down the middle, and then yellow tone on the sides. Now I know in a video it's kind of difficult to see the contrast, but in person it's really noticeable and it is just beautiful. Grand Diver. Alright. Next one that I picked up right here is, and this one just blew me away because I've always liked the Zeus Bolt, but I didn't like it, I didn't love it until I got this color combo. And this is done in your satin finish, yellow tone gold. I'm sorry, not your satin finish, this is actually your brushed, this is a brushed finish, rose tone. I'm sorry, silver, man, sorry guys. It's a brushed finish, yellow tone gold. You have your satin finished, rose tone clasp. Then of course your rose tone cabling system that goes throughout the watch, rose tone on the face, brown mother of pearl dial, and of course you have some polishing on the sides of the watch. This is a gorgeous watch, folks. I mean, these are just, this color combo, it's just in your face. Alright, and the other one I picked up just the other day, which, man, again, I'm so glad I did it. Okay, this one here I just did a video review on. This is your Subaqua Specialty. And this one, again, is done in the rose tone and yellow tone. Mainly this watch is done in yellow tone gold, but you have some, and this is the only one they made in a two-tone. This is as much as you can get in a two-tone, where you have your rose tone just around the bezel and a little bit on the face. But the rest of the watch is done in yellow tone, where you have a satin finish in the middle, and a brushed finish on the sides of the links. In that case and cradle design. Alright, so a little bit about the size of these watches. You can see what it looks like on the wrist. I have a 7-inch wrist. I weigh about 170 pounds. They all look pretty big on me. This one is a 51mm case, and that's not including your pushers and crown. If you include that, you're probably getting another, maybe 3mm. Case thickness, you're looking at 20mm in this one right here, okay? So you can kind of see as a comparison when you look at something like, and this is not a small watch either, this is your Grand Diver again, and this is a 47mm case. And you can see, it's not a small watch, but you can see how millimeters do make the difference here when it comes down to watch sizes here. And of course, the thickness here on this one, I believe, is 15 or 17, but it's not actually the case. They are including the back of the watch, or your back watch case right here. So you don't get a really thick case when you look at it like that, but they do include that. If you were to just consider what's gold on this right here, which is your case and bezel, you were looking at a measurement of no, it looks like about 17. I guess I didn't think it was that. So really with the back on there, where it's going to stick up off your arm a little bit, you're looking at, did I measure that wrong? I did. I'm sorry. So 12 millimeters on the thickness there. If you include the back, 17. Okay, so that's what I thought originally. I'm just going to go ahead and take a break here and plug this in because we're going to lose some power here, and I don't want us to. It seems to always happen every time I make a video. Alright, here we go. Still going. Okay, good. Alright, next one here. Your Invicta Zeus Bolt. You're looking at a 22mm in case thickness, and I believe a 52mm on the bezel. I'm sorry, case thickness I should say, because in this particular one, the case does overhang the bezel. And yeah, you're looking at about 53, 54 millimeters. This one is a bigger watch. Again, you're going to get different measurements when you look at these watches online, but based on my measurements right there on the case itself, not including your crown or pushers, you were looking at 53 millimeters, all right? Again, not as thick as your Venom, so if you have a Venom, which is one of the most popular watches Invicta makes, if you have a Venom, you were looking at 1 millimeters shorter on case thickness. So this is a very thick, chunky watch. I'll go ahead and compare it to that of your Grand Diver. You can see it really dwarfs the Grand Diver. And then side by side on these particular ones right here. There you go. Alright, now the big bad boy of the bunch. Your Grand Octane or Grand Arsenal, one of the biggest watches that Invicta makes. This one here on case measurement, I am going to measure it at the bezel, because on this particular watch the bezel does slightly overhang the case. You were looking at a 56mm bezel measurement. If you take it all the way to the crown and pushers, which this one you have so much meat on the side of the watch that you kind of have to include them, because technically that is part of the case. You can have about 65 millimeters. You can go ahead and compare it to, let's go ahead and compare it to the Zeus Bolt. I mean, it dwarfs the Zeus Bolt. And guys, these watches are huge. All these are big watches. Case thickness, 19 millimeters. You can see it's definitely not as thick, but still not a small watch by any means. And next to the Grand Diver, you can see, again, your 17, if you include that back, to the 19. Now, I did not include my other favorite watch in this collection because they have not come out with it yet in a two-tone rose and gold. They do make it in a, two-tone rose and yellow gold. They do make it in all yellow gold, where if down the road, that's all you can get. I'm definitely going to pick it up, and that's your Sea Hunter. And that's the thickness of the Zeus with the diameter of the Octane or Arsenal. So, just a chunky watch. And then I'm just going to go ahead and throw this one here. I got that one on the wrist. I'm just going to go ahead and throw the other ones on there so you can just kind of see what they look like. I wish I could put them all on, but it's kind of difficult to do that. I can kind of do that a little bit. I know this is really kind of stupid, but let's see what we can do here. Now, those of you who don't know me, my favorite watch, of course, is still the Grand Octane or Grand Arsenal. It is just a fantastic, beautiful watch, and it's just so big. You can kind of get an idea there. And of course, I'll go ahead and compare this to, so you get an idea of the size on the wrist, your Grand Diver. And the Grand Diver is your 47 millimeter. And folks, let's face it, when you compare these to your standard watches out there, Grand Diver, I mean 47, that's a pretty big watch, okay? You don't see a lot of watches that are 47 millimeter. I mean, nowadays the trend is the larger watches, especially if you like the Diesel and the Nixon watches. Those are going along with that larger size watch. And, you know, sometimes, guys, I just want to put it out there again. Some of my subscribers say, oh, I don't need to do that, but I do what I want to do. And, you know, I got to put another comment out there for some of the people. One idiot today, and yes, I'm talking to you, you idiot, posted that Invicta watches are they're garbage and they're worn by peasants. I mean, what a retard. I mean, what a stupid statement to make, okay? These are beautiful watches, and you get so much for your money. Again, I dare you, go into the mall, go into Buckle, and take a look at what they're going to charge you for a Nixon watch. Okay, if you want to compare quality, Nixon watches are nice watches. I may pick one up one of these days, but Nixon watches are not unique. Everybody and their brother has Nixon watch. You want something unique, you get an Invicta watch, and let me tell you, you get way more for your money. But it's funny, Nixon watches don't take the heat. Diesel watches don't take the heat. There's some of these idiots who probably don't even own an Invicta, and they probably can't afford to get an Invicta, for God's sakes, make comments about them. But I just wanted to throw that out there. You get a lot of bang for your buck with these watches. And guys, if you're new to Invicta, and you haven't, you know, let's say, you know, let's face it, a lot of people shop in the mall. And let's say you've gone in there and you picked up a Nixon watch, and not hating on a Nixon or Diesel. I own a Diesel watch, and I'd like to pick up a Nixon just to have it, you know, because you get them online a lot cheaper than you can in the mall. But let's say you went ahead and picked up a Nixon watch, and you bought that watch because, naturally, you didn't buy the Nixon watch because you like a small watch. You like a big watch. That's kind of their theme as well. Check out Invicta. See those side by side there. You can see that a 2 millimeter difference in case thickness, it makes a pretty big difference. I know I'm kind of shaking a little holding these, but with the Zeus Bolt, it's a much longer. Well, I shouldn't say it's much longer. It's a little longer, but you know, again, millimeters make a difference on these watches. And I go ahead and show you again next to this bad boy right here. I mean, just dwarfs it. I mean, and again, when you compare it to your Grand Diver, which 47 millimeter is not a small watch, this watch completely dwarfs the Grand Diver. And again, throw it out there with the, I mean, you want to compare your standard size watch, I mean, that's a big difference right there. And again, not a small watch by any means. I mean, this is probably getting close to what your Casio G-Shock's going to be. And a lot of your watches out there are not, you know, we start looking at like Rolex watches like that. Most of them are going to be about 38 to 42 millimeter. Here you get a 47, and then you're jumping up to a, and we lost our iPad. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, no editing here, folks. So you're looking at Rolex 38 to 42 millimeter. Here you're Invicta, you have a 47 millimeter. Then you're jumping up to a 51 millimeter. And again, up to a 53 millimeter. And then, of course, up to your big granddaddy, your 56 millimeter. Again, not including the rest of it, so technically it's bigger than that. Throw that one on the wrist. Massive. But, you know, I got to go back to, I didn't throw this one on the wrist here, the Zeus Bolt. And again, folks, if you want to see these watches a little more, I know I'm kind of running through these a little bit here, but remember, I've put up these videos in their own reviews. So subscribe to the channel if you like the content. And even if you don't, you want to check out the other videos, just go ahead and go to the channel, my channel, and then just look at my videos, and just go to the Fat Cat Watches Invicta playlist. And you can find all these reviews on there. And there's lots more coming. I got a list of reviews I got to do. And a lot of them are going to be not always ones I just pick up that I do, you know, a new review for a watch I just purchased, but side by side. So you're going to be seeing all these watches side by side compared one way or another, okay, at one time or another. So there they are again. Just want to go ahead and throw them out there. My favorite color combo. Yellow and rose tone gold Invictas. Oh, man, awesome. All right, folks, well, thank you very much for watching. Again, if you like the channel, subscribe. If you have any questions about these watches or want to pick them up, the videos are out there where I state the model numbers. Well, let me go ahead and do that again real quick here for you. So, if you like, why not? So, just in case you want to get them, if you like the Grand Diver in this particular color combo, you're looking at 16039. If you like the next one up on the list here, what do we got here? I got it written down right here. Okay, you got the 14032 Subaqua Specialty. You have your Grand Octane or Grand Arsenal, which is, traditionally it's called the Grand Arsenal. Other people refer to it as the Octane. 16027, hard one to get right now. And of course, the newest one of my newest ones here, the Zeus Bolt. Guys, this one, if you didn't pick it up already, I've already put a video out there. You got to pick this up because the price on this, I got this for under $300 around Christmas. The price now is jumping up as high as $500. So you can still pick it up for $339 shipped. And click the link in the description. You can actually take, I'll put a link in the description for all these. I'll see if I can make a link that will actually take you to each one of these watches specifically on eBay. And that's where you want to buy them, okay? Alright guys, well there you go. Invicta Watches by Fat Cat Collections. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop a comment. Find me on Facebook, Fat Cat Watches. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and check out fatcatwatches.com for more information. Again folks, thank you very much.